Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to talk about the Nintendo Switch Lite versus the Nintendo Switch OLED. Basically, if you're looking at a Nintendo Switch, these are the two that you should be looking at, because one is a very low-end, compact, on-the-go type of Nintendo Switch, while the other one is a full desktop experience. So first, let's talk about the big difference real quick if you don't know yet. The Switch Lite, pretty much the controller is integrated into the device itself. You cannot take it off or anything like that. The whole back is pretty much like, this is like a Game Boy or Game Gear if you guys remember those devices. But yeah, the software on here is pretty much the same as the Switch OLED. With the Switch OLED, you get to take out the remote. And let's say if you're traveling with a friend and you guys want to play a two-player game, you can just pop this thing up and each one of you will get a controller. On top of that, the cool part about the Switch, of course, is that you can connect the dock to the TV and just drop the device into the dock and it will appear on the TV. With the Switch Lite, if you're getting this and you're thinking, okay, well, I'll just plug a USB-C with HDMI in there, it won't work. Yeah, there's no signal coming out of there. So that's the big difference right there. But in terms of similarity, if you look at all of these right here, the buttons is pretty much the same. Power button, volume button, even the fans placement is pretty much the same. Then you got a headphone jack and game cartridge slot right over here. The on the back, because you are not really using the Nintendo Switch Lite on desktop mode, you don't get a kickstand like the Nintendo Switch OLED does. By the way, this is an upgraded kickstand right here compared to the V2. I love this kickstand. It's actually like aluminum or something like that, but it actually works now. Now, the SD card slot is hidden back there. With the Switch Lite, the SD card slot is still here. It's just in another form factor, that's all. Now, once we look at the buttons in the front, you can see a slight change, okay? And when I'm talking about slight change, I'm talking about the D-pad. So you got the D-pad, that's actual D-pad now on the Switch Lite versus on the Nintendo Switch OLED. They're actually like 4 buttons. That's just like the XYBA over here. The reason why is that, you know, I showed you earlier, when you take the controller out, those serve as XYBA. So they are actually physical buttons. But other than that change, guys, everything else is pretty much the same. Imagine the Switch Lite is just a Switch OLED, except now it just drags out to be a little bit bigger, that's all. Speaking of bigger, it is about an entire controller bigger. That's how you should see it. It's about 20% bigger than the Switch Lite. Okay, so the game that I'm going to test for you guys, which has lots of color, lots of pop, it's going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge. Alright, so there you have it, guys. That's the comparison between the Nintendo Switch Lite versus the Nintendo Switch OLED. Big difference in the screen quality right there, especially with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles being so bright. Yeah, It's night and day. That's what I would say. So if you care about how bright your screen is, the OLED is the way to go. Obviously, OLED is a better technology, and it is one of the best technology right now for screens. So with the Nintendo Switch OLED, you can't really go wrong with that. Now, if you're just looking for a quickie way to tech on the go to catch up on your games, I would say the Lite is the other way to go. Anyway, that's it for me right there. I'm out. Bye-bye.